remember a few weeks ago, I was sending a voice note to one of my friends and I was telling him, I was like, bro, I noticed that the older I get, the less, the more serious I am about how I spend my time in terms of being around people. Like, my time is so valuable to me that I don't like to have meaningless interactions. It really bothers me. And I'm not someone that gets bored. I'm someone that always has something that I can do. I know how to relax and whatnot, but I'm always working on a project or doing something. And there's been times where I'll be around someone or hanging out with someone and I'm just not feeling it. And the worst feeling ever is to be in the moment with that person and you just don't want to be there. You rather be working on something else. I know that sounds bad, but it's I literally rather be at my room working on some art or drawing or editing a video or working on my business. That's just where I'm at in life now. It's just the space that I'm at. I'm weighing out my options, if that makes any sense. Before I hang out with someone, I'm literally looking at my entire day and having to put them in a certain part of the day, but also thinking if I hang out with this person, not because how do I explain this? I'm not saying it from the perspective I need to gain something from them, because you don't always need to gain something from someone. Sometimes just being around that person is enough, being in their presence. But it's just I only desire to be around people who I'm in alignment with in some way, right? But at the same time, I'm also realizing that alignment doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be around people who are exactly like you, because that doesn't always work out either. I used to be really close to someone that was very, very similar to me in almost every way, and we don't talk anymore. So it's just that doesn't always work out. But at the same time, it's being in alignment with someone or a group of people is important too, because everything just flows better. So if you have ideas or ambitions or plans and you feel comfortable, you feel in your spirit, you can share it with them, they're going to give you sound advice. You don't feel like you're just talking to a wall, if that makes any sense. And I don't know, maybe that's just what you go through as you get older, because you realize when you're younger, people waste time at all ages, but when you're younger, time isn't isn't as important to you. Yeah, you honestly, a lot of times you want time to pass so you can get older, or so you can do something, or you're bored or whatnot. And I know that I'm still a very young man. I'm still in my 20s, so to someone who's in their 40s and 50s, they're probably yo, you got so much time. But at the end of the day, it's just you don't know that either. People die young all the time. This world could end in 4 years. And I guess in my spirit, I just feel I just don't want to waste time. And I feel a lot of people waste time when they are around others, when they're around people, when they have a circle or a group. And sometimes you gotta get to the point where you are okay with being alone. You're okay with leaving the friend group. I never had a friend group. I don't even know what that is. That never exists for me. Maybe one day it will. But for those that got a friend group or a couple of people they kick it with, and you start seeing that where you're going in life is not truly in alignment with them, you're going left, they're going right, or you're going right or left and they're not moving at all, and you feel that tug in your spirit, you feel God leading you to a higher calling, you gotta be willing to let that go, as painful as it may be, and get on that journey, that purpose, and just do it alone for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm naturally an introvert, so being alone is not that bad. It's kind of fun if you got things going for you, but I still desire to have close friends. That's something I still desire, but I'm not willing to just be friends with anyone. Like, I gotta vet people first. I gotta see what you're about. I gotta test your spirit, you know? And I'm willing to wait and have no friends or very few and wait on that instead of just wanting to be around people so bad that you just kind of like ignore red flags and are just friends with mediocre people that you know you aren't truly in alignment with, but you might have a couple of things in common. Like, nah, bro, I'm too old for that. I really am. I'm too old for that. I'm not interested in that, because I know that being around people who are out of alignment with you also affects you creatively. And my creativity and my art and what I got going on, business plans I'm building, that stuff is so important to me. That's so sacred that it actually makes me even more weary. Not weary, you know, I don't know if that's the right word, but it makes me more cautious of who I bring into my life. Because as soon as I get the inclination that your energy is messing up my creative process, I am out of there. Because that's the most important thing to me. And that has to be the most important thing for you as well in whatever it is that you're doing. That's why, like, being spiritually and aware of what you got going on in your spirit and your how you feel and whatnot is important, to be able to see, oh, this person's energy is like ruining me. It's like making me less creative. It's making me more tired. It's making me worry more. Like, you got to be aware of those things. And as you get older, you just tolerate less, you know? But I also see how I've become more open-minded to different types of people. Like, yeah, I'm an artist, but I don't have to necessarily be friends with someone who's also an artist in the same. I feel like everyone's an artist to an extent, but I mean, like, in the same way that I'm doing it. That I don't need that. At one point, I thought I did, and I still found value in having art friends, because I do have art friends, but not all my friends have to be like a photographer or an artist. Like, whatever it is that you do, the thing that I do require in my mind is that you have some type of passion about something. Like, you're not just like a lackadaisical person or whatever type of ordeal, because I'm not like that. Like, you gotta have some type of passion or love or drive for something. Doesn't have to be what I like to do, but something. And I feel like a lot of times that when you do find those people, even if they're not doing the same thing that you're doing, but they're in alignment with you spiritually, same beliefs, same morality, and wanting like to excel in life and whatnot, like, that feeds off of you. And you both can learn from each other, even though your expertise may be different than mine. That's another thing that I learned as I gotten older. So I'm becoming more open-minded to those types of people, because I know they're out there. It's just all about timing. That's really what it is at the end of the day, especially when it comes to being around people and meeting people and significant others and stuff like that. It's really all about timing. Like, things happen. If you believe that everything is happening for your good and it's happening for you, and God is really working for you in every way, then everything is about timing. So if you just focus on getting yourself right, building yourself up, doing what God's called you to do, working on your purpose, your passion, then when the stars align, if that's how you want to put it, when that happens, then the people literally just pop up. Like, all the friends that I've had, whether they're still my friend today or not, all the friends that I've had, like close friends, not like acquaintance friends. That's another thing I can't have no more. Like, that's literally meaningless to me. But like, close friends that I've had, they all became my friend in a way that I knew was in alignment. Especially the ones that I had that I was super close with. Everything happened organically. It happened how it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And so, since that's happened before, I know that it can happen again. I guess I just have to not put so much emphasis on it as much, because it's like, the more you like not stress, but the more you like put someone's focus on something that you don't have, instead of just working with what you have and building yourself up and becoming a better person, then, like, I feel like in a way, like, you're like delaying the process, but maybe not, because sometimes the more that you think about something over and over and over again from like a success standpoint, then the closer it comes to you, because you're doing the things that you need to do to get to that point. But yeah, when you get older, and again, I know not everyone's like this, because I've spoken to people across the spectrum of age. Some people, it don't matter, old, young. Some people be in their 40s and 50s and they still waste time. They still hang around meaningless, low vibrational, energy draining people. So it's really just about how important you think it is to reaching spiritual ascension, that Christ consciousness, getting closer to yourself and getting closer to God, and getting closer to God. Some people find that important, some people don't. Some people find that later in life, some people get on that earlier in life. But the one constant is that I would say that if I were to interview 50 people my age and older, I think they would all agree that the older you get, or most of them would agree, that the older you get, the less you want to spend time with just wasting time hanging around people they're just fillers, if that makes any sense. They're not really adding anything to your life. And again, I'm not saying that like, oh, you have to be adding something to my life, like tangibly, but you can be extremely valuable to someone spiritually or emotionally. You don't have to like give them stuff or give them an opportunity per se. Sometimes it's just the way you talk to them or what you say can like light a spark or a firework in their mind to help them grow in their journey on their life. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.